Obviously, Big Benton's interception, that was an exceptional interception, man. And we just capitalized. We got in the huddle. We said, hey, let's get a touchdown here. And then the following drive, I believe it was next one. And just we did some good things there. And that's complementary team football. That's what championship teams do.
Russ, you have to approach it differently this week, likely without George in the lineup?
You know, I think, first of all, I think obviously George is doing everything he can to get back out there. I know that. I think, you know, with all the guys that we have, though, we got guys that have great experience, have done some amazing things in this league. Obviously, Mike Williams, obviously Calvin's been special this year. Scotty Miller, man, he's made some great plays. We have some guys that Big Ben, you know, Sirianni has done some amazing things too along the way. Van has been special for us this year. You know, guy who's won a Super Bowl. So we got great confidence in the guys we have. So whatever it is, you know, we know we'll be ready to go.
Russ, what did it mean to you to open up your Why Not You Center this week?
Yeah.
And why is giving back to the community so important to you?
Yeah, Tuesday was a cool day. You know, got to do some cool things. Obviously, go to Children's Hospital, but then, you know, Sierra and I, we have our foundation, Why Not You Foundation. The funny thing is, when I first met C, on our first date night, we talked about things on our bucket list, and we said, you know, have a foundation together, do something like that, and we talked about opening up a school. And one of the things that, you know, we talked about is having Why Not You centers. You know, I grew up where, you know, didn't have much, but a lot of my friends did, and I got to go to like country clubs and these places, and I used to go to the YMCA and go play ball all day and play basketball and baseball and just you know, go to the Boys and Girls Club, whatever it may be, C2, and just we just had these spaces that we wanted to, you know, grow up in and play in. And but I think also too, what we wanted to do is create a place where you know, resume builders for kids and even their families and their parents, and a place also too that obviously, you know, musically and from a music standpoint and a young athlete standpoint, and just a place of opportunity. And we had the fortunate opportunity to partner up with Boys and Girls Club, you know, and obviously Western PA is, you know, a great place to start it right here in Pittsburgh. We're so excited you know, to launch our Why Not You Center here, our first one. We plan on launching others as well, and we have plans to do that. Hopefully, you know, three or more here soon, and just, you know, but to launch our first one here in Pittsburgh is really exciting. We're just grateful, and we know our foundation is super grateful too, and it's an exciting time.
Russ, Coach Tomlin was talking about some of the maturity that he's seen from your young offensive linemen so far, some of the polish, and he also likened that to some of what he's seen from the young defensive backs in Philadelphia. They show that much maturity. Do you try to do any tricks that you would normally do with young defensive backs, or do you just kind of play it more straight if those guys have a pretty steep learning curve? Yeah,
you're always playing the game. You know, I think that you're always trying to find ways to find that 1% that can help you throughout a game or whatever it is, practice or whatever. These guys, you know, for the Eagles, they got a lot of great talent. Obviously, I have such high regard for Slay. You know, I've gotten to play him over all these years, and he's just one of the best to do it. He's a guy that's, you know, I've sat on the Pro Bowl buses with him and had, you know, stories and laughs and just different things. And just like I said, I hold this guy in such high regard and the type of player and person he is. You know, and then obviously the rest of their secondary, you know, Gardner's a great player back there. He's made a lot of great plays. He's played great this season and throughout his career. Blankenship's playing really well. I think, you know, obviously they're young corners, and they got a lot of, you know, good players on that side of the football. And so for us, you know, we just got to be detailed. They got a great defensive line too. They got some really great players up front. So we just got to be our best and focus on what we can do.
What do you guys have to do to match what they do up front? They're physical, they're big, and they seem to be very aggressive in going after you guys. How much emphasis is that putting you guys to be ready with your checks against what they do?
Yeah, well, we have to match their intensity. We have to match. You know, really just bring our best. You know, I think that they're going to, you know, be amped up. They get to play, you know, at home and all that stuff. It'll be a great matchup. It'll be energy. You know, this is a type of matchup that, you know, some of the best in the NFC and some of the best in the AFC. So, you know, I've gotten to play there several times. Obviously, it's a place that, you know, is a tough environment to play. It's a place with great energy, and like I said, we got to bring our best.
Are you aware you're 4-0 there?
Say again?
Are you aware you're 4-0 there and 6-0 gets done?
Yeah, but you know, that's old. You know, but I'm aware.
What have you seen out of guys like Mason, Zach, Broderick, young offensive linemen, as far as understanding what you guys have to do week to week and all the adjustments that go into an offensive line game?
Well, I think the offensive line has done a great job. Obviously, we went against a really great defensive line last week. That just Cleveland Browns defensive line. They got, you know, so many guys rushing the passer and everything else. I think the best thing that we can do is just have great practices every day. You know, our bond, you know, how these guys work, our protection plans, our thoughts, our communication up at the line of scrimmage, all the different things. I think it really, I think, Zach has done a tremendous job of that. I think Ryan, too, has all season when he stepped in there. We've got really smart centers, guys who have played, a lot of football. I think the communication level is high. I think that all starts there. Me to be able to communicate to them, vice versa. And then I think really it's just being, tough nosed. You got to be able to, be the best. And I really love our guys and how tough we are and how our mental fortitude for it all.
Does Arthur's scheme allow you, permit you to target the 9, 10 guys per game? Does that help you a lot?
Yeah, I think to be able to facilitate the ball to all different guys, and like I said to you guys a little bit earlier, we have so many great receivers. We've got tight ends that can really catch it. Obviously, Muth, Big Darnell. I think obviously Prue and Connor can make plays for us. Our backs have done a great job. Naj has had an unbelievable season. I think Jalen, he's really getting going, which is really exciting for us. And obviously CP can do some special things too. So I just got great confidence in our guys, and so there's never a time where I look left or look right and I don't believe. I just got great confidence in who we have and in those situations, and just I think Arthur's done a great job of putting guys in all different spaces and places, so that way we can facilitate the ball to different guys.
You've had success against Philly, as you said. Studying them this week, do they play defense in a similar way they have in the past, or are they doing things a little different?
Well, I played Vic Fangio's defenses all over all these years. I remember my rookie year, I was playing Vic Fangio defenses. He was in San Francisco. First couple years, just great players. I remember being in Candlestick. I think I told you guys this story maybe once, but just I remember dropping back those 3rd and 7, and just I got the first down easy, and then all of a sudden, here comes Willis and Bowman just closing the gap. They had Justin Smith and all these different guys, Alden Smith, and so that scheme was really good. And they did a lot of great things. They had a lot of great players. I got to play them in Chicago as well, and just different places. Played them in Miami last year. And all these different things. But I think the thing about their defense is they got a lot of great talent, especially in the secondary. I think that's the thing that they do a really good job of. I think their defensive line is aggressive, and they got these, linebackers. I mean, obviously, anytime you got a Badger, it's a good thing. I think, and Braun's done a great job of just moving around, and just he's a good player. You can see that, and Nakobe too is a good player too. So just I think for us, we just got to play clean football. We got to play our best game. We got to get touchdowns in the red zone. We got to do right, throughout the 4 quarters.
Couple more here, couple more.
Joking, saying this was the state championship. Do you have some good state championship memories?
Yeah, I won them all. That was always a good in high school, and then in college, I guess NC State versus UNC was always a big one. We won those, So in Washington, you don't really have anything up there. When I was up in Seattle, but no, I mean, I think Coach always finds a way to motivate us in such a way. We have such respect for this football team we're about to play, and this is a team that's been to the Super Bowl. I was telling the guys that this is a team that's been to the Super Bowl recently. Some of these guys on this team have played in it, been in it. They got one of the world's best running backs, too as well. That's been added to this football team. They got great players. We got to be ready to play our best football. This is what it's all about. These moments, and it's going to be a heavyweight fight, and we got to find a way.
Hey, Russ, last one here.
Brother Jones said a few minutes ago he's never seen you mad. Has he just missed it, or does that not happen?
It takes a lot to get me mad. I don't know. I think that growing up, I just and seeing my dad, fight what he fought through, seeing some of the stuff that I had to go through, the great things, the tough things, and it takes a lot to get me upset. I think more than anything else, though, I believe in great things. I just believe that the best is ahead. I've always said that. I always believe in the next play. I think it's the baseball in me. Maybe I just love baseball too much and played a lot of shortstop, a lot of second base, and pitched too dang much. But I just believe in the next pitch. You know what I mean? And life, and the next day, the next morning, and new our mercies every morning. And so it's hard to get me upset. But I think, I get passionate for sure. I'm a guy that's when we're playing, between the white lines, there's fire there. But man, I just try to lead with the heart.